Families who lost children on September 21st, 1989 really became millionaires almost overnight after coming from a life of virtual poverty. And for some, the new wealth brought new problems. Before the bus was even out of the water, lawyers descended on the city of Alton. Word spread fast that a Dr. Pepper truck owned by Valley Coca-Cola caused the crash. Accident survivor Jesus Cuellar says several attorneys approached his family. Lawyers even came to the hospitals.
It was just a big opportunity for them to make money.
To his family and others, the legal system was a mystery.
You wouldn't hear the words, lawsuits and...
But soon, 350 lawsuits were filed. The state bar even accused some lawyers of paying to find clients.
Weeks after the accident, they were already driving new cars and stuff, and the only way they could have gotten a hold of those vehicles is because of the attorneys.
Cynthia Cantu del Bosque survived the wreck.
We were poor growing up. All of these families, we lived in an area where, some families didn't even have flooring in their house.
That soon changed. Valley Coca-Cola paid out $144 million in claims. The lawyer's cut was $50 million. Families who lost children were paid $4.5 million for each child. The 60 survivors got from $500,000 to $900,000.
I know it brought a lot of trouble to a lot of families.
For this mother, tragedy hit twice. Her daughter Elda Cruz died in the bus crash. Less than 3 years later, a car accident killed her teenage son, Efrain. Police say he had drugs and alcohol in his system. Friends say Efrain never recovered from the death of his sister. The driver of the sports car was Joe Vargas, another crash survivor. He was also killed.
This is something that has haunted people.
Other families spent their millions quickly.
Oh, just buying cars and houses and, having very expensive parties, pretty much just throwing away money.
18 years old, you come into a lot of money. What did you buy?
I can't say that I have anything to show for it right now.
She estimates she bought between 10 and 15 new cars.
A lot of people that got money were not ready for that kind of money being in their hands.
Former Mission School Board member Ciro Ochoa says the families were harshly criticized.
I think some people judged them.
In many cases, the money drove a wedge between them and their friends, neighbors, even other family members.
They were taken advantage of by a lot of people.
Many of the families spent all their money in a matter of years and today are left with nothing. Some have started businesses and made investments.
Not everyone has squandered the money. I know that there are families who have been very successful since then.
Cantu del Bosque used some of her settlement money to pay for law school and now works as an attorney. Cuellar says he used his settlement cash to buy a house and get a degree in criminal justice. Each is now married, has a family of their own. As life goes on, they always remember September 21st, 1989.
I mean, it's a tough day that will live with me for as long as I live.
There are things that happen in your life that you just never forget, and that will be one of the things that, for me, that I'll never forget.
They didn't get married. They didn't have the opportunity to have children, to experience all those wonderful things about life.
21 young lives cut short 20 years ago. Victims' families are not the only ones who've had a hard time coping in the years since the accident. We spoke with a former firefighter who asked us to hide his face. His name is Victor, and he says the Alton tragedy has haunted him for years. Victor claims he was never offered counseling and became addicted to alcohol and cocaine. The low point came when he was arrested several years after the accident and lost his job.
I didn't get no help, and I was dealing with a lot of resentments, anger, and I was devastated. Not only did it ruin my life, but I almost committed suicide.
These days, Victor says he still can't hold a job. He says he struggles with questions about what could have been done differently to save more lives that day. Well, since the Alton school bus crash, there have been major changes to school bus safety, and we're going to explain those to you coming up after the break. And later, the movie and book inspired by the tragedy here in Alton.